My use of Nectar as a conversational tutor during my psychology degree showed me the value of interacting with the AI, particularly when the ideas are driven by discussion or debate, because sometimes the weekly posts and interactions don't allow you to elaborate or wrestle with ideas as deeply as you might like. Uh, so there's interaction in the course, but some of that is still silent. So this solution sort of incorporates some of what I've learned through the MSIDT program, my experience working with Nectar, and my experience getting an online education. So instead of soft prompts, this assistant drives conversational to debate topic learning, both individually and within these discussion groups. So as I look again back at my experience as a psychology student, I was often asked to evaluate ideas or scenarios through different perspectives, and oftentimes these are complementary, unlike say math, where a solution is strongly defined. We may be asked to look at a certain scenario from a behavioral perspective and a cognitive perspective, which can overlay ideas complementary over the same thing. So this openness or open idea, with some of those perspectives, uh, made it a better experience for me to participate with a conversational assistant. So using Spark to discuss such ideas, such as behaviorism, can help create greater cognitive context. So that helps apply that abstract idea over more scenarios more effectively. There also seemed to be, to me, a little bit of a gap in the discussion groups, where it requires sometimes great effort to engage someone at length about a topic or an idea. That may be particularly interesting to you, and sometimes that effort's not met back, so that conversation or discussion can't go any further. So basically, LearnerLink incorporates a link to every weekly module, which will allow any student to click on it and enter a discussion mode about that week's subject or a debate mode about that week's subject as we think about Bloom's taxonomy and our ability to digest information from discussion and debate. Also, it will randomly assign students into different discussion groups, smaller 3 to 5 person discussion groups, where the AI assistant can also help facilitate a discussion based in real time off of the feedback and inputs from uh, that smaller group to help drive a better full length discussion. And then we want to use micro credentials and badges and incentivize people to engage. And so we'll do that by offering certificates and other educational incentives that they could use in a broader context. So in using Spark in the past, I felt that I got the most out of it when I approached a topic with a good foundational knowledge already, so that Spark could sort of build off I already knew. I wasn't so sure that I could use it as well if I approached the topic without any information already. I think it kind of came to a blank slate, or was having difficulty digesting something very difficult. Uh, so I thought, what if I could use Spark as one of the primary learning methods instead of just the book, or instead of just a secondary tutor to look at things? What if I really wanted to use it to help drive um, more of my learning uh, than just the book or resources that week about the topic? This also automatically integrates within the weekly discussion, so that increases exposure to using the AI and using Nectar, and also hopefully improving interaction outside of the discussion groups. The challenges in micro credentials, they mirror some of what we're doing in MSIT, like I said, but it culminates in academic certificates so that you can use them outside of like LinkedIn or just professional platforms. So you could use it also as a more like a professional certificate. So in phase 1, we're going to roll it out as sort of a pilot. So we'll test it in a controlled setting. We'll take 2 courses, something like, History 101, or something very basic where the material is nice and defined. We'll help the faculty get onboarded. We'll make sure that some students get signed up automatically, and then we'll incentivize them to use it later. And then, we can upload specific course information. We're going to do randomized discussion groups, and sort of these peer micro study groups as well. And in order to incentivize early adoption with students, we could offer them, say, up to 2.5% final percentage boost at their final grade at the end of the session. So let's say it's an 8-week session. If they do all 8 weeks doing either a debate or a discussion module, they'll receive 2.5% extra credit towards their final grade at the end of the session. So phase two will offer it outside of just a few classes and specific courses to the whole broader campus rollout. So we'll add more courses. So instead of just, history 101, we'll add, history, we'll have some math courses. We'll sort of broaden the spectrum of humanities and STEM courses that we offer it to. And then we'll also refine the module based off of information we gather from the pilot in phase one. So as far as faculty and student onboarding, a lot of that's going to remain the same. We will get some of the instructors from phase one to help get the phase two instructors, those early adopters, get people a little more excited for that second round. And then in this phase, we can maybe offer one of those micro-credential courses. So any of the students who have earned a certain number of interaction points by either interacting in small groups, interacting with the debate, or conversational module directly, and they've earned enough points, we can offer them one of the first micro-credential or specialty courses that may not be open to other people just yet. Aside from that, we'll look to and boost our metrics by participation, session length, faculty satisfaction, and engagement increase. And at the end here, we'll roll it out to the full campus. We'll establish it as a good standard for SVU. At this point, we'll have ongoing training for the faculty as well as onboarding for new faculty. We'll do that for students as well. We'll scale those micro-credential courses, and then we'll look to improve those metrics. So the students through this, they get a connected, engaging learning experience, and LearnLink will kind of deliver that for them. It'll integrate peer-driven study groups, weekly discussion, debates, conversations powered by Nectar, and we'll offer challenges, micro-credentials, and some digital learning certificates to incentivize interaction. I wish I could have built this out in Nectar. I wish I had a little bit more time to do that. And finalize the solution. I was a one-person group, so unfortunately I had to try to formalize and get this out as best and deliver it as best as possible. I had a lot of fun using the tool during the time that we had to use it, and I'm excited to see what solutions everyone else came up with.